So I was watching the Blast World Finals earlier, and then this happened.
Like that is because Vitality didn't.
And while this is a really funny thing to happen in a professional match, I don't think people are understanding the implications of all 5 of the players going down on this Vitality side. So I want to give a mini analysis talking about the following few rounds after this blunder takes place, and kind of give a couple of points as to why I think that Vitality might have actually lost this map because of this, and we'll get right into it right after a quick word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. Now, if you're not familiar with SkinsMonkey, this is a trade site that allows you to take some of the old and crusty skins out of your inventory, and you can actually trade them in for something a little bit new, a little bit shinier than what you have right now. And it's really easy to do this, actually. All you need to do is log in through Steam, pick the skins that you don't want to use anymore, grab the ones that you do, and then click trade. All trades will pretty much happen immediately, and any balance that you don't use in your trade actually stays on the site for you to use for any future trades that you decide to do. And right now, if you use the link in the description, you can actually get a 35% deposit bonus, and that's good for up to $100. So let's say you deposit $100, you would actually get $135 on the site if you use my link. So make sure you check out SkinsMonkey, and let's hop right back into the video. So here we are, we're at the scene of the crime, and of course we have a flawless round from Team Vitality, and they're about to get away with all 5 of their players alive, at least so they think at the moment. But you can see here that their money is not exactly fantastic on their side, and they need to keep as many players alive after this round so that they can have a comfortable buy for the rest of the half. Now, we know what's about to happen, but look at where the bomb is planted. The bomb is planted at default. And for those of you guys that don't know, or maybe you don't remember, if the bomb is planted default in CSGO, you could actually live as close as market. So it would make sense as to why Vitality think that this spot right here at Cat is actually safe, but of course we know what's happening, right? We know what's about to happen, so they all group up over here, and then we can watch the funny moment from closer this time. They're doing their best to stay away, and most of them have 100 HP here, but they of course are all going to go down. So out of curiosity, I decided to do my own test to see how far they needed to go in order to live. So I set up this test to kind of see where they needed to stand. I have the bomb of course planted at default, and I set up a few bots. I have the one where we know they're not going to live. I have one where you're just making it to where you're fighting connector, one where you got away to the wall, one where you're hidden from connector completely, and of course one at deep cat. And as you can see, this bot would have died. Even if they would have taken one more step, it looks like this guy would survive with 4 HP on 100. This guy has 19 HP. This one has 16. And of course, this one over here only took about half HP, so that would have been a comfortable live. But yeah, they only needed to go a little bit farther in order to not die. But of course, they couldn't do that because they were being held by 3 people in connectors. So realistically, the only way for them to have lived was to have gone apps. But that's all hindsight at the end of the day, isn't it? I'm not going to lie, it is a little bit more sad watching this, knowing that they only needed to get to right here in order to live, but that doesn't matter. It is still absolutely hilarious, and I'm glad that it happened. But the reason that I'm making this video is because look at the money situation now in this match because of them not having anybody alive. They have all less than 4,000, barring Flames, of course, he has 4,100, and they need to buy back into a team that has a full buy with still more money than them. They are basically eco. This is like the eco territory. This is eco death. They have nothing going into this round. They are the worst off that they could be financially after a round win. It's actually just devastating. And then we can actually see this reflected in the strat that they decide to run, because look, we have 2 players with armor AK, and then the other 3 have Galil and Util. Flames has no utility, Sphinx has 1 smoke, and then they have no choice, but they probably can't even do what they wanted to do because they don't have the nades in order to progress a default, so they have to go for a B pop. And now we have Flames coming through the smoke. He does have that AK, he wants to go for the entry, it makes sense. He's gonna lose this first fight fair and square onto Magix, onto Zontix, but this is the part that I want to talk about. So Zontix is still alive, and Jax is taking a fight onto Magix, but he dinks him with the Galil that he would not have if they didn't all die in the round before. So Magix gets to live because they all died last round. And so it gets even worse because now they have to take space, but Magix is still alive. And for some reason, market window isn't smoked. I don't know if it's because somebody didn't come. Maybe it's not supposed to be smoked, but because Magix is still alive in the back of the site, he is taking the attention from so many players. They don't know when he's going to peak, and they also have to worry about Zontix, who is also still alive and taking the attention. And since the market window is not smoked, Shiro is allowed to just peek endlessly into these people because they are focused on Magix he's just living for so long. And right here, he is eventually going to go down, but look at how many people are looking at him right now. He has 1, 2, 3 people looking at him, and so Shiro is going to basically get a free kill, and Zontex is still alive, picking them apart. This round is a complete disaster. It's all unfolded right in front of us. And not to mention, I also just completely forgot this, Donk picked up an AK after they died last round. He walked up Cat because he was the one that was close, and he picked up an AK, and he's going to use that AK to take down Jax, which maybe it doesn't make a big difference, but you can see here that all of the downsides to them dying last round come back to get them in this round, which completely gives Spirit the advantage because they just stole the momentum back. And that doesn't even like, this is the icing on the cake. Is look at what they have for the last round of the half. They have $2,000 per player. It's over, or at least it should be over, but Apex has one final trick up his sleeve. Of course, we have the same fast B-pop that we just did, except this time we have the crossfire that's going to get broken by Apex. So of course, they threw this lurk smoke at Cat at the beginning of the round, and Apex is going to use it to sneak up Cat. And in the meantime, they're running this B-pop again. Now, Team Spirit aren't unprepared for this. They have a crossfire right here from Zontex, Cat, and of course, Magic's bench, and this is really good for dealing with this level of buy. And Apex knows that that crossfire is really strong. I mean, you have an M4 on Zontex here, or sorry, an AK on Zontex, and you have a M4 on Magix. They're just going to take these long-range engagements against pistols, and they're going to win them. But Apex knows that, so he's actually going to, as soon as he hears his Zontex shooting, he's going to run through the smoke and break up this crossfire, and now they're in a winning position. But the problem is that the damage is already done, and even though they were able to steal one round back, that round is very important to what ends up happening in the game. Because if we remember what happens, the game ends up in Team Spirit's favor, and it's a 1 round difference. A 1 round difference where if Vitality would have won that round earlier, we could be talking about an overtime game here. We could be talking about so many different possibilities, and that's just how Counter-Strike works. That's why it's so much fun to watch. You have 1 round where it's a silly mistake happens, and it ends up costing you the entire game. And if you guys did enjoy this video, I would appreciate if you left a like. Also sub if you want to see more content like this, and in the comments below, let me know what demos you want to see me cover in the future. That's all I have for you today, though, so I'll see you guys very, very soon. Much love.